Hey man, hold on. I gotta make sure the light right.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy King Bear. Hey, make sure you guys check out the Match My Energy podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Sir, yes,
That's
sir.
the Match My Energy podcast. Make sure you check it out.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying?
That's magic right there.
Yeah,
oh
it's
my
magic.
God.
It's only going up from here. Trust and believe that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man.
No, I'm the same color as the pillows. Look.
This guy blends in like a Simpson.
Like that Homer meme.
Oh my God. First of all, welcome. Finally got you in the living room.
Thank you.
I'm trying to make sure I like cycle everyone to the living room.
That's us. Is everyone next in the bedroom?
Welcome. God, I always forget. You know what I'm saying? Like I always forget like who you are. It's been a minute, to be fair.
Most people do.
Well, that's what I mean.
Well, like it's not really the facade that like I show off, right? Not
Clearly.
Not a lot of people. Yeah, not a lot of people know that. If you know me, you know me. But if you don't, then you're like, oh,
That's fair. Like
that's
that,
the real Sean.
that one time in the garage where it's like all five of us and no one knew you were a sneak disser.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good times. Still gotta edit that.
Hmm?
That's a lot, bro.
That was a lot, and I'm pretty sure it kept going even after I was done.
Yeah, and that was cut into 3 different parts. I think I deleted the after cut.
Yeah, because I was running way too long. That was like
Yeah,
two
that
and
was
a half hours deep.
Just trying to get to like way more.
Yeah.
It was like 3+ easy. So that's gonna be like a 3-parter like special, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, actually, let me get my phone ready because all my notes are on my phone.
Yes, sir.
But before we even start, welcome back to the what? Sorry, I just read your message.
Say nothing.
No, I read your message. That's why.
That I'm here?
No.
Oh.
I'm like
That's gross. Imagine if you didn't. This is why I asked.
bastard. Welcome back to the Match My Energy podcast. I'm Randy. I'm here with
Sean.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I didn't know what to say. I was going to say something quirky, but I couldn't think of anything. So,
Looks like you're struggling.
a little bit. It's been a long day. I came from work. So
Clearly, look at you, Mr. Banker.
I try. I gotta steal people's money somehow.
Want me to edit that out?
We're a bank. I'm not gonna tell you which bank, but we're a bank.
Scotiabank, guys. Okay, so I kind of needed you for this one. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm surprised there's nobody else here for this.
I needed you for this one because I've already attempted this twice.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And what happened?
It's just arguments.
That's not supposed to be.
No, but I don't want the arguments.
Oh, okay. You want just like a good like.
I want the
debate.
conversation. I want
Okay.
a debate. I don't want to go back and forth with me screaming at the top of my lungs.
Okay.
Right? And that's literally what happened. Bro, at one point at night, we're literally filming and like I literally woke the neighbors because I was screaming, this guy's an idiot, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, so for that, what is exactly is the third time's the charm that we're trying to discuss here?
So what we're trying to discuss here is the Drake and Kendrick beef that happened over the month of May.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say the month. I'd even say like the first 2 weeks of May.
No, it's after talks at this point.
But yeah.
It's still going on, so it's pretty much covered the whole month at this point.
But the last track to drop was
The Hard Part 6.
when was that? Wasn't that May? Like
That was early May, like the second week of May, I believe.
Okay.
But when it comes to something at this caliber, it's gonna be talked about for a long time. So
Well, yeah.
it's still going on. I call it for the month, to be honest.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast that brought it up that called it like essentially what's kind of reviving hip hop or like what's bringing back like the rap scene. And apparently there was beef between Nicki and Megan Thee Stallion at the beginning of the year, which I don't keep up with culture like that hip hop culture that much, so I didn't even knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously something this big with two artists that
We put this on Do Not Disturb. Continue.
with like two artists like I genuinely listen to. Actually, one of them I no longer listen to. There's like no songs from that one artist on my phone. Like on
I know exactly who.
Yeah, after I heard the tracks, I was like, I can't listen to you no more. I can't be blinded.
Megan?
What?
Megan or
Drake.
Nicki?
No, Drake.
Oh, I thought you
sure
said
about that. No, sure about that. No, about Drake. Yeah, like after the whole beef thing, and I'm like, I fully listened to both sides of the beef. I fully removed Drake from all of my Spotify.
You're not even the only one. I witnessed a friend. I'm not saying who, but I've witnessed a friend literally, and he showed me. He went on his Spotify. He went to Drake's page, unfollowed.
I never followed him. I don't do it like that. But like I literally went one by one. Like I searched up like songs, Drake, unlike.
Crazy.
I no
Crazy.
Like I was never a big fan, like Drake fan to begin with. Like I said, like I started when it was If You're Reading This Is Too Late. That's what got me really into Drake.
Right.
Everything before that, like I had the one hit wonders to me. It was like I listened to it, but like I never really fucked with them like that. But If You're Reading This Is Too Late album, that's what really put me on Drake, and from there. I'm like, okay, cool. This is like an artist I can listen to on a daily, weekly basis.
You know, he's from your own country, so you know.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. Like represent, right?
Yeah.
But after all of this, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't listen to someone who's like that. Even though like it
No
could
pun
be
intended.
no pun intended. Even if it could be just allegations at this point because there's no truth to it. Like no one said like just said this is all true. Just knowing that that's a possibility, I can't. I can't.
The reality is when it comes to that, and we're gonna touch that later, but like crazy point. The reality is when it comes to like those allegations, people are still looking past it. People don't care.
I don't know how you can.
That's just
like
society.
there's a line for me that I draw with this, and like that's a line that will never be crossed for me. Like that's like no, that's a hard no.
Yeah.
Like if you told me like, hey man, I got this side project, and it was like along those lines, I would have probably reported you almost immediately. I'd be like, thank you, I'm gonna go. I'll report you almost immediately.
Yeah.
That's a line that I like. That's not even something I joke around with. Like close friends.
Yeah.
As a joke, but like it's a very touchy subject.
Yeah, I get that.
So should we start from the beginning?
Beginning. So technically this beef goes way back to 2013. But I'm not touching there because that's a long time that you go through, and they've been sneak dissing back and forth. And personally, I don't want to bother like digging up.
Yeah, that's too far back.
It's too much, but
Let's go back
does.
To 2021.
Was it 2021 or 2022?
When did first person shooter mode come out?
Was that last year? Maybe it was late 2022 with the album, and then the music video came out in 2023.
Let me take a look.
Yeah, double check that. But all I know is that the beef started with first person shooter, or not started, but it got reignited with first person shooter.
Yeah, last year 2023. You're right.
Yeah. So honestly, there's not much to be said there. We all know the whole big three, but yada 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 part that he said in there, and then Kendrick took that and put it in like that, right?
Yeah.
So,
and it wasn't even anything crazy. As hip hop is hip hop, it's just like it's like jabs.
Exactly.
It's friendly competition.
Exactly.
That's how it's supposed to be. No one. There wasn't anything personal. If anything, it was more of an embrace. Like it literally said, all three of us, like we are hip hop. We are rap, right?
At the same time, though, they did more like they focused in on themselves rather than the three of them. Three of them was mentioned.
Yeah.
But they're like.
Well, yeah, it's a song with two of them on it.
Exactly, right? So like, of course, they're gonna single out the two that are there and keep
Yeah.
Kendrick out because they think Kendrick is just like, they think he's like fodder. They think he's just like.
That's wild. There's no way they think Kendrick's fodder.
Yes, honestly, a lot of people do. Because look at the only reason why is because of how often Kendrick drops, when it's almost never.
I feel like, again, I've always been the firm believer of quality versus quantity.
Yes.
Which, if you're looking at like Kendrick and Drake, I'm picking Kendrick over quality 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Right? So, which is fair. Like, if it's art, it's not like, most artists, regardless of the medium, they're dropping left, right, and center. If anything, that just kind of diminishes their value and their work.
Like you said, it's competition. Problem is because you add streaming to the competition now, it takes Kendrick out of the competition because streaming is added now. Because if you want to be, in the hip hop world and in music industry world, you want to be a top like artist, you have to be on the streams all the time.
So
You gotta constantly drop heat, not just tracks.
So are we saying that in order to be the best hip hop or rap artist, it's based on sales numbers, or it's based on how you've affected the culture?
It's overall numbers in today's current music industry.
That's fair.
That's how it is.
I was never like that.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Like, I get that. You're not the only one. There's a large majority of people out there that still say, like, even though streams are nice, numbers don't always dictate how good you are.
No.
At all.
No. Just like
numbers will show you how good you think you are.
Yeah.
But when you actually go and listen to the songs like years later, they're not gonna hit the same as how they came out. And that's the problem with streams.
Yeah, and that's why the quality songs, even though sure they didn't get as most streams, those are gonna last a longer period of time.
Yeah.
Because they're not just hitting now, they're hitting across all times.
Exactly. So I think the battle when it comes to this beef now is not just between the two artists, it's between industry and culture. Actual culture. Right? So like, I understand why people are on Drake's side because of like how often he drops and how relatable like his bars are and how easily digestible they are.
Well, yeah, when you have 20 people writing for you, you know, you're getting a lot of viewpoints. So
that's completely true. And a lot of people forget about the ghostwriters thing, but the thing is like you have to add that in there only because when it comes to like artists like Drake that rely on that, you kind of like have to add that to a category of some sense. Right?
Like, are you even an artist at that point?
Exactly, but like the reason why I say you have to add it because people that don't have it stand out more.
Yeah.
Right?
Again,
so,
quality versus quantity.
Exactly, right? So like have all the ghostwriters you want. Someone that can write something by themselves and that shit charts past your shit. Mm-hmm. That's the problem in your camp already because like great, you're an artist like on paper, but are you an artist through a camera? Are you an artist through a microphone? Mm-hmm. Right? So this is why I want to have this debate. And the thing is, everything I've said just now, I was never able to say.
What?
Because it's just arguments back and forth.
Okay, well, yeah, because I'm genuinely listening to you.
Exactly, right? Because like I want us to listen off of each other. I want to hear what you're saying. And there's time, I'm not going to lie, there's times when I haven't listened, but to be fair, what they've said,
no, that's fair.
My guy, I had a friend say, yo, Drake took the Heart Part 6 and made it his own. I'm like, he's like, yo, isn't that sick? Right.
Okay. I don't have any comment on that.
Right. As if someone else never did it first.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, bro.
Okay, so going back, so the beef started, this recent beef started with first person shooter mode.
Yes.
Right.
Now
you
that
have two of the big three, like essentially being on tour and being on a song together.
Exactly.
But still mentioning K-Dot as being part of the big three.
He's a part of the big three, but they still trashed him, which is why he responded.
Trashed how? I didn't feel that. I didn't feel the trash. I felt the acknowledgement like, yes, this is J. Cole and Drake, and we're on the same song, and Kendrick's not here, but Kendrick's still part of this.
Nah, you probably never listened to it enough because I saw it clearly.
Maybe there's certain levels that I didn't.
Because you have to listen to it a couple times over to actually get the bars, because it'll fly past you.
Well, yeah.
Right? That's usually how it goes for Drake's music. Anyway.
Well, actually, Drake's music's pretty surface level. Like, if anything, Kendrick's level's like, I have to listen to it 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 times.
Oh, we will get to that.
Yeah.
We will get to that.
Oh, yeah.
So, we can skip past first person shooter because we get it.
Yeah, so fine, that started it. It was a light jab. That was a light jab.
Like that. But before we get to like that, the reason why like that is so important because this beef originally started with Future and Metro.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. I thought Future and Drake were best friends, and Metro and Drake were best friends.
Nope. That whole thing, that showed me that
Oh, so there was a side beef that I didn't understand. Okay.
Side beef, yes, but like it showed me that there's been things going on behind the scenes that's been building up to this point.
Okay.
So there's different, like, so for example, like certain deals that go off, just that go by.
Okay.
You know, like it might irk you in a certain way, but you won't be too pressed about it because you still want to like ride the wave and still see where you get to, right? So I understand when it comes to like music industry, like shit on the inside. So a lot of people don't understand that though. That's the thing, because like I honestly think a bunch of NDAs ended at the same time, and everyone just started going after him because they had enough.
After who? Drake?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
Because like, if you ever notice the friendships that people have in the rap industry, and you can easily see the example with Drake. So, say for example with Rick Ross, they've been boys for a while.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so like they've done a lot of songs together.
All I know is the 2 songs after the Raptors won the championship. That's it.
That's crazy. Anyway, education session. No, this goes way back to like back when back to around, I'd say like around high school for me, either at the end of high school or after high school, when the friendship actually started to show.
Rick Ross and Drake?
Yeah,
okay.
Right? Same thing, he had friendships with 2 Chainz, A$AP Rocky, of course he had a friendship with Kendrick.
Yeah.
That one was a little iffy though, because that one was probably the easiest friendship where you can see there's some bullshit there.
Why is that?
Because the same way how Drake was trying to use Kendrick, he tried to use The Weeknd too. Which is why The Weeknd is also dissing him on a couple tracks off the album. And the deluxe.
I haven't listened to The Weeknd on that.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm telling you, there's a lot to this. It's not just Drake and Kendrick.
So, okay, so if there's all these people that have problems with Drake, are they the problem or is Drake the problem?
Honestly, and I'm going to keep it a band, and people that might be surprised with this, is actually their own fault.
You think it's the individuals that have a problem?
Yes,
with Drake?
and the reason why I think that is because you allowed Drake to have all these blessings to stack up to the point where the arrogance and the ego comes in.
So wait, hold on. So because these individuals help essentially raise Drake to his current level and status, they're the ones at fault?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That's like if I was very successful and then, for the lack of a better word, blaming my parents for helping me reach those goals and aspirations. They're the problem? That doesn't sound right.
It's a little different for the music industry. Because the thing about the music industry at the time, I say around after 2000, between 2006 going in 2010, it was at a low.
Okay.
Right? So they needed something fresh and new to kind of push the music industry into a higher bracket than it was before. To essentially evolve and elevate. Right? So they needed an artist that they could use that can help them reach a new level in music. Okay. And it was achieved.
Yeah, fine. So you have Drake as this rising superstar that's accompanied by all these other people.
So, okay, skipping to Not Like Us, when he explained like the colonizer bar, where he said he went to Atlanta. And then he said he went to like
that was actually such a hard bar,
right? To New York, the UK, etc.
Yeah.
That's industry. Those are regions in the music industry where music's hot.
Okay, but that's fair. So yeah, he went to those people to both.
They could have went to him. Because it's a little abnormal that the music industry has such open arms.
But is it so bad that essentially like they're technically both helping each other out?
They're definitely both helping each other out because they both want to succeed. And I understand why people say this, because when it comes to hits now, people say Drake made this person, Drake made that person, Drake made this person, right?
Yeah.
When in reality is that they both made each other.
Yeah.
Because you won't have that hit unless the significant other on that feature is just as good. So if you put 2 people together or a bunch of people together on a track to actually and make a proper track, it's gonna boost you guys up naturally.
But it sounds wrong. It sounds like, okay, like we're on this come up together, and then now we have to go against each other. That doesn't make sense. It's like
that's literally how the rap industry is set up.
Yeah, that just,
and it's been like that.
That just sounds so toxic. This is why I appreciate what J. Cole did. He's like, listen, like I didn't like.
I appreciate it now.
I appreciated it back then. He's
Right.
like, he made the 7-minute drill because everyone was saying like, oh, Kendrick dissed you, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You need to go say something. And even like I listened to that a few times. I was like, this is kind of weak for J. Cole.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because his heart and soul was not in it.
I agree with the heart and soul portion, but that shit was hard. I ain't gonna lie.
You think so?
That shit was hard.
I didn't think so.
I ain't gonna, but I understand why, because the real J. Cole people doesn't rap like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't sound like J. Cole. It's like lyrically, yes, but again, it doesn't feel like a J. Cole song. It felt like it was like forced at gunpoint. And I appreciate the fact that like when he did a tour, like I think a day or a couple days after, he apologized.
He apologized at the Dreamville tour.
Yeah, he's like, yo, Kendrick, like if I hurt you, like I'll turn the other cheek.
Here's my thing about that apology. The apology's important, yes. Me personally, that was the worst time to say the apology.
Why is that?
Because the thing about that is that you're at the Dreamville, you're on a Dreamville tour.
Yeah.
Right? So you're not the only one because Dreamville is his label, right?
Yeah.
So you're not the only one.
Label?
It's J. Cole's label,
okay.
Right? So you pretty much put a target on your whole label now. And that could, it could kind of stifle sales and streams.
That's fine.
That's fine, yeah, maybe. But if you consider your other artists where they're still kind of new, aside from JID, but aside, that are kind of new and not well known like that, that apology should either been on maybe like a post or just in private.
Nah, I think the way he did it was fine because it's also showing that like J. Cole and the rest of Dreamville, it just doesn't sit right with us. That's what he's saying. Is like as a whole, it's not it, right? Like this is not who we are.
That's fair.
That's the way I see it. It's not just J. Cole. It's J. Cole and Dreamville. No, now that you bring it up, it's all of us. And then if there are, fine. If it does hurt JID and all the other up and coming artists within Dreamville, so be it. Because he's willing to take that hit for essentially a better future.
I don't disagree. That's just my personal opinion.
Because look at OVO.
We'll get to that.
Look at OVO.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So, so Future, Metro, We Don't Trust You, and We Still Don't Trust You. Main album and deluxe.
Yeah, same album.
Deluxe. There was more songs. It was pretty much a second album.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the same album.
Nah. So this album showed me that there's some shit going on in the industry that's been going on for a while.
Okay.
That's finally coming to light. And it's crazy that it's in 2024 where Cat Williams declared it the year of exposing people.
We actually have to we have to do another podcast on that. I never got to finish the Shay. Was it the Shay?
Oh, the Club Shay Shay?
Yeah, I never got to finish that podcast because what Cat was saying, I couldn't absorb it all in one sitting.
Right. It was 3 hours.
It's 3 hours, and I'm Cat Williams is one of my favorite comedians. For him to expose all of these people
easily.
Anyways, sidetrack. Yeah, we gotta do another podcast. For
anyway, everyone's getting exposed this year, so the fact that seeing this happen now, I'm not saying that it's Cat Williams that started this shit.
No.
It's just it was almost like a what's it called? Crystal ball shit? Like a vision or prophecy type shit. It was literally one of those that just come to fruition.
Like a revelation?
Sure.
Or like a prophecy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, literally. And it just it's naturally just showing at this point. It's like he declared the theme of the year.
Right.
Right?
Like the year of truth.
Exactly. So, looking at everything now, because you had originally it was about 7 people coming out dissing Drake, basically, all at once. Which is why Push-Ups had so many different jabs.
Yeah, I didn't know that all these people came up with the diss tracks or sneak dissing Drake until I saw RDC World's video.
Yeah.
I was like, Rick Ross made the diss track, Weeknd made the diss track.
Oh, that was funny.
A bunch of other people made it. I was like, who the hell are you?
I ain't gonna lie, that was funny.
Yeah.
Not everyone, mind you, from that is dissing
Yeah. But it's just
because there's Chance the Rapper, Common, Pusha T.
I was like, Pusha T kind of That's a way back thing.
Yeah, he already won that.
Yeah. Long time. And Drake didn't even learn his lesson from that. He did it again with Drake.
Oh, we will get to that.
Yeah.
We will get to that. So, about what? So you had Future, Metro, A$AP Rocky, The Weeknd, Rick Ross, Kendrick. There was one more in there, and I always forget this person, but that's the 6 that I have for now. There's definitely 7.
I want to say Chris Brown, but that was towards Quavo for some reason.
That was like the undercard.
I didn't even get that.
That was the undercard. Karuchi.
Huh?
Karuchi Tran, the model.
Okay.
They were just fighting over.
All I know is like other than Kendrick's diss tracks, like that Chris Brown diss track went hard too.
Get to that in a second.
That was that's a side thing. That's a side thing. That's nothing to do with Kendrick or Drake.
No, absolutely not.
But that is
like I said, it's an undercard for the main event, right? So the fact that there's undercards for this is crazy. Like this is just
it was just threw me off. I was like, why is he fighting Quavo for
this dude? Because they've been beefing for a hot minute though.
Yo, I don't follow it, but
it's not. The thing is that you don't necessarily have to follow it, but it's not hard to understand.
Yeah, obviously.
Right?
Yeah, once you explain that there's a girl.
Literally, all it takes is a 5-minute YouTube video, and you're caught up.
Yeah, someone's probably explained it already.
Exactly. So it's not hard to understand. It's simple. So I've watched that video. It's over a girl.
So nothing crazy.
Literally nothing crazy.
Okay. So nothing crazy, but the bar goes like Chris Brown goes hard.
Man, and people never knew he could rap like that.
I knew he could rap like that.
A lot of people didn't.
Not for a long time, but I knew he could rap like that.
Yeah, he can rap. Like a lot of people forget that.
He does it all.
Which is crazy. Anyway, he's the real
Yeah.
Anyway,
so that's why you have a shrine of him. I know. Moving forward.
Okay, moving forward. Now we get to like that. Nobody knew Kendrick was on that shit, bro.
Is it like that? Isn't it?
It's like that. It's like that.
Okay, I'll trust you.
Trust me. It's
okay,
like
I
that.
trust you.
Trust me. It's like that. So, I love.
Yeah. Sorry, Future Metro. Yeah. Sorry.
Yes. I love the fact that not all artists are doing this, but a lot of artists, when they have an album, they don't list the features.
I like it.
I like it for the shock value and the surprise of it.
Yeah, I like it.
Right? So, going to like that. Because I listened to the album naturally. I never knew Kendrick was on this shit.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't listen to the album. To me, because I was like, I don't care about Future, don't care about Metro.
No, that's completely fair.
And then so someone said oh, Kendrick's on it. I was like, okay, which one? So I listened specifically to that one.
Right.
Okay.
But that kills the surprise.
Yeah, I don't care though.
And that's fair, but for me,
yeah.
Yo, when I heard Kendrick, I'm like, Kenny? I lost my shit. I ain't gonna lie. So, first of all, Kendrick on Like That, fire. The beat, even though it's sampled, it's still fire.
Still fire.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize a lot of these new beats that you're hearing are sampled beats from the past.
Yeah, they're just sampled, reworked, or retouched. Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of bothers me because for a hot minute, a lot of people are saying this is a new beat. I'm like, no, it's not.
That's hard. I think this day and age, it's hard to find a new beat.
It's damn near impossible.
Yeah, it's really hard. So the fact that even people are getting creative with it and sampling it and making it into their own, that I can appreciate. It's hard to find originality nowadays.
Problem is, it's gonna ruin the industry eventually.
Yeah.
Cause, it's great to have these things come back, but how much of these do you want to come back?
I mean, it is helping revive the old songs. A lot of people are now listening and going back to these old songs. I remember when just a side note, when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, the 80s tracks. I love those 80s tracks. I grew up listening to that when I was a kid just because of my parents.
Yeah.
But to hear it now again, I'm it kind of brought back those memories. This is great. But yeah, no, I feel I don't think it's going to destroy the industry as long as they use it exactly how it's supposed to be, where it's kind of giving credit where credit is due, and not saying this is brand new.
I don't want to spend too much time, but as an example, Ice Spice, she sampled a Sean Paul track. That shit dropped a couple weeks ago. I have not heard anybody talk about it since.
Honestly, Ice Spice to me is like a ghost that just appeared out of nowhere. Ice Spice was just everyone suddenly just started talking about Ice Spice out of the blue. I'm like, who the fuck is Ice Spice? Given again, not big into the whole hip hop and rap. I don't know all these up and coming artists. I could have just missed under the radar. Like it was just nothing, and then Ice Spice. I'm like, what? Who? But anyways, yeah, go.
So before I finish, it just shows that Ice Spice is more hip hop than hip hop, right? Because hip hop is starting to become a genre in its own, where it's just like hip hop that's pop.
Okay.
That's where I see it going at this point, because it just adds another category that a lot of people won't care for. Going back to Like That Now, because that's something I want to bring back later. Going back to Like That Now, hearing Kendrick on a track again is absolutely refreshing.
Well, especially on the attack like that after like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
That was a hell of an attack, bro. I ain't gonna lie, because like everyone thought he was done.
What?
For real, because like when Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers dropped, he put out a note saying that was his last album on TDE, and that he's gonna take a whole retirement like period and just not make music. But it's not the case, because he came out with Hillbillies with Baby Keem. So people just thought like he's gonna just help Baby Keem strictly and just live his life. No one knew he was still dropping.
That's fair.
Right? So like it was the shock value behind it, be like,
but he's not really dropping though. He's a feature. Like if he gave a surprise album all of a sudden, yeah, that's him dropping an album.
no singles too.
Well, other than the beef, there really isn't any singles.
They're technically singles.
It's not just him though. To me, a single is like him alone by himself.
Fair. We'll
Or he's the main artist.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I don't want to spend too much time on Like That, but the shot, it wasn't jabs, these were shots.
Yeah, he was essentially firing back at first person.
Exactly, these were shots now.
Yeah.
Like fuck, what was it? Fuck sneak this in. Fuck sneak this in. This first
I come at you with 3 switches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Cause here's the thing. Okay, I wanna see if I can get the comments engaged in this on YouTube now, because people are saying because Kendrick doesn't drop often. Like I said before, Kendrick doesn't drop often. It kind of discredits him as a top artist. I don't understand that.
I don't understand that either. That's like saying like Jay-Z doesn't drop often either, and he's not a good artist.
That's what I'm saying, because like,
or Eminem. I'm like, how?
They're so focused on streams and constant dropping that that's the parameter to being a good artist. And I don't understand why people think like that. Because if you go on Spotify, literally go on Spotify right now and look at Kendrick's page, like his monthly listeners, they're in the millions. People still listen to this dude.
I still listen to that.
Literally to this day, people still listen. I've always listened to friggin' like the stand-ups.
Dog, I still listen to Earth, Wind and Fire, and they haven't dropped an album in decades.
That's important.
That's important. I still listen to Selena, and I'm like, I just found Selena like a year, February of this year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't know who Selena was, like Selena Quintanilla.
Yeah, oh I know.
I probably butchered that name, but
you
like,
probably did. But yeah, nah, like look at his
75.5 million.
Yes, and then look at Drake's.
83.6.
Look how close it is.
Yeah. So what does that?
What
say?
are we talking about?
So okay. So what are you trying to say?
Because what I'm trying to say is that he barely drops.
Exactly.
Right, but his numbers are still high.
That's what I'm saying. So
it's almost as high as your top so-called rapper.
So quality
outweighs quantity.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So why isn't he considered a top artist? It's because you're so addicted to listening to new music that you've forgotten what quality is.
J. Cole's 41.8, by the way.
Well, it's J. Cole, so.
Yeah, again, J. Cole doesn't drop a lot either.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean he's not a top artist. Hell, they literally said he's part of the big 3.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even drop that often.
Exactly, but because the quality's there in his bars and his beat selection, cadence, everything. I'm dead.
Listen, like I'm not a hater on J. Cole. I just genuinely think he's not up there in terms of like with Kendrick. I think Kendrick's in a whole different like level.
He's in a whole caliber of like artist.
Yeah. That's why I agree when Kendrick said like fuck the big 3, it's just Big Me.
Yeah.
Because it's literally like fuck, you can have, in my opinion, you can have J. Cole and Drake alongside each other.
Yeah.
But Kendrick is just up there. He's like literally on a league of his own.
I clearly see your bias, but me personally, I'm originally here for the music.
Yeah, me too.
Right, I'm here for the
It's not
music.
like I don't appreciate good music.
Right. Because people think like, oh, I'm Kendrick biased. No. Stacking everything that has happened in the past month, you can clearly see who is the winner. And you cannot lie to yourself. Why? Because everyone is crip walking right now. What are we talking about? The fuck, like, people that, there's literally how-to videos on how to crip walk on TikTok. You can learn this shit. People are learning and then going outside to either like day parties, clubs, stadiums, literally just walking by restaurants.
What does the crip walk have to do with this?
The crip walk it's because of Not Like Us.
Mm-hmm.
That sound that you hear, like that bounce sound, that comes from Cali. That's a Cali sound. That's a West Coast sound.
Okay.
Right? So you'd have Snoop, Dre, Eazy-E, like literally all those
West Coast.
Exactly. Every West Coast art, when you're in the West Coast, you're gonna hear that same sound. You're gonna hear that same like kind of cadence to the beat.
Okay.
Where it has like that little bounce.
A little bounce to it?
Right?
Okay.
The crip walk was created off that shit.
Okay.
Right? So when you see people like doing that footwork that you see all the time, because like you see how like it easily like it's married almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like the beat makes the step or the step makes the beat in either way that you see it. That's the magic behind like West Coast music.
Yeah, I know.
So when you put the dance to it, it comes naturally. Yeah. So when you see
it just feels
right? So when it comes to like a lot of people don't know this or realize this, but I am, because like I've been watching a lot of people on YouTube for a while. When it comes to reaction channels, when you see the reactions to like Not Like Us, people naturally started like crip walking and shit. Or they're either saying like, I'm ready to crip walk right now.
So
or they're throwing up gang signs for no reason.
I did not.
Of course not, but there's some streamers and some like reactors that did just naturally.
Yeah.
It just shows the power behind West Coast music, right? So it's already, bro. Like it's like.
You good? Do you want a timeout?
No. I am fine. I made a point. I made a theory a couple episodes back. And it came true full-fold.
Well, so quickly, what's the theory?
Okay, the theory that I made, it's actually based on an anime TV show from back in the day called Beyblade.
Okay.
Right?
I'm familiar. I've watched.
Season 3?
Okay.
Say that.
I know Beyblade. I have the toys. Don't quote me on seasons.
I will quickly explain my point so we can get back to the topic. What I explained in that episode was the whole premise to season 3 was everyone being divided. The whole team that held down like the past 2 seasons, they all said, we're all leaders at this point. We're not like teammates anymore. We're leaders because we've won so much.
Yeah.
Now that we're leaders, that means we can go our separate ways and lead our original teams.
Okay.
Right? So that was the whole premise of the first half of the season. Is that you have the original team members go off and make their own teams, right? So this kind of describes like the music industry in itself now. Now that you get to the top, you divide and conquer, basically, right? So the whole point to this season was they all divide and they all try to win. They all try to be number one, no matter what. It was all fair, so that was the best part about it, right? Which is music industry is technically fair. There are ways to like get an advantage to kind of trying to get one up on someone, but the whole point is at the end of the first half of the season, everyone's divided, but of course, main character wins, right? Second half of the season now, it shows that there's a whole new system put in place to kind of take out the last system. Yeah. Right? So the new system, it's all numbers based. They all run the data, the numbers. They get the top people in the world that you like. They went to like villages to find people and shit that are like astronomically talented and shit, right? So they go find all these different people across the world now, and now they bring them together into this one new corporation where they have the best tech, they have the best material, they have the best like scientists, they have the best like they have the top CEO in the country. That's like, he worked his way up. He has putting all his money and everything into the right places to make it work. So to get all these people together to create this kind of like Beyblade, right?
Yeah. Okay. So fine. So how does that relate to the music industry now?
I'll explain that. So there was a point in the season where the old one, like the old Beyblades they had, they never can match up to their shit.
Yeah, I can't keep up.
Right? So like you have to, basically what happened is that you have to come together to create a new system to combat the current system that took over.
So what was once one split and now come back to one to beat the new?
Yes. So a lot of people don't realize my point that I made a while back, and trust me, when I see this shit happen in the beef, I was overjoyed because Kendrick explained that when it came to him finding the dirt and the rap on and the shit on Drake in Euphoria, he said it wasn't just him. The whole industry's doing this to him.
Yeah, to Drake.
To Drake,
Okay.
right? So that kind of shows my point where you have to come together to kind of take down whoever's at the top.
So you're saying Drake was at the top?
Exactly.
Or is? Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like,
But I genuinely think that it was just K-Dot who took him down.
no,
I don't.
no,
You don't think so?
no.
You think there was?
Absolutely not.
You think other people help expose him?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Well, I'm not saying like
Because
Kendrick
remember-
didn't get help from his team and whatnot, but
No,
like,
you got to remember though, Kendrick is just naturally disconnected from all of the music industry.
Yeah, because you'll
he
never
said
see
it
him.
himself. He doesn't even like this shit.
Yeah.
He just does this when he wants to do it.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's able to drop hits like that shows the power that he has.
Oh yeah.
But he still needs like direction. He still needs to be like stay on a path.
Well, yeah, you
Right?
can't just spit random bars and hope something
Exactly.
sticks.
So like,
That's just false accusation.
I honestly believe people gave him the information that he needed to rap.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So that's my personal.
So
point.
when I said like other, I think it was just Kendrick. Not saying like it was just Kendrick who went out and did the investigation, searched on the internet. I'm not saying that.
You're probably saying like people in his camp or people on his team.
Yeah, obviously like the
Yeah.
people in his camp and his team helped him out. What I'm saying is like other artists that would help take down Drake. Which from that, I don't. I genuinely.
I think so.
Yeah, like
I
who?
honestly
Like
think
who?
so. Literally the 7 people from the fucking rap beef.
From the rap beef. Okay.
Like literally, like there's things, cause you gotta remember behind the scenes you'll never know, but you can tell by actions,
Okay. That's fair.
right? The actions will show.
Okay.
You can never predict. You can never predict anything unless you see actions
Okay.
that goes towards prediction.
That's fair.
And I've seen these like actions. Like if you literally take the time, study it a little bit, read credible sources, watch like credible YouTubers. I'm not saying any YouTuber because there are credible people that actually are in the music industry that do report on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like listen to those people, you will see the facts. You will see it there.
So okay, so let's go back.
Right.
Let's go back.
So now we're past like that because everything's been said at this point.
Yeah, so we're past like that. We briefly touched on 7-minute drill. That was redacted.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. So what's next?
So after a 7-minute drill,
It's drop and give me 50.
yes. Well,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that was Drake's first response after like that.
Yes.
And all I got from that is like,
Sorry, let me
Kendrick.
take that back. The deluxe came out. For
Okay.
we don't trust you.
Yeah.
We still
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
trust you. The deluxe came out. Then push-ups.
what's in the deluxe that's significant?
That's when ASAP Rocky came out and said his shit.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why that jab was in push-up to ASAP Rocky was there, but whatever.
Yeah, because like it was just Drake trying to just address everybody, which
Yeah.
I feel like he shouldn't have.
That was his first mistake,
Yeah.
for sure. Because there's clearly someone in the big three shooting at you. These little
There's no point.
these little pawns.
There's no point.
This could be in an album
It could
if he really wanted to.
yeah, this could be like it could be sneak dissing from somewhere else. But
Exactly,
like,
right.
I feel like dropping "Give Me 50" hell, the entire song title alone is towards Kendrick.
Yes, but the whole song wasn't.
That's my problem.
That's his mistake because if the whole song was,
It could have
We
been.
can add a point there.
Yeah, but that's
It
why.
wasn't. That's why there was no point added
No,
to that.
he attacked everyone that attacked him. That's why he said. I think he said like, what is this? A 1v20 or 20v1?
A 1v20 or some shit like that.
I think it's a 20.
A 20 verse 1 or whatever. Whatever the fuck. There's a versus. There's a verse.
But like to me, it wasn't even memorable. He pretty much just said, "Fuck you, Kendrick. You give half to Top Dog. What a bitch." And then he attacked all the other little pawns, and then that's it.
So after push-ups was done, to properly scale each like song after one another, you need parameters.
Okay.
To the beef, right? So a while ago I came up with parameters. So first I would like to say number 1 is rapping capabilities.
Okay.
Number 2 is the amount of disrespect that you add.
Okay, that's a good parameter. Okay.
Yeah. Number 3 is how well you can apply pressure.
Okay.
Number 4 is wittiness.
Okay.
Number 5 is shock value.
Okay.
Number 6 are the beats, of course.
Okay.
And I added number 7, which is crossing boundaries. How well can you cross a boundary? But it's technically 6.
Oh man.
Yeah.
No. My problem is like I'm listening to you with your parameters, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't think of a time where Drake hit all those parameters.
I can give him like half points on some.
And I'm not even trying to bias this to like Kendrick, because if people were smart, I like to bring up old songs.
No.
The old rap beefs.
No. We got to think about just. What
No, I understand that, but these parameters are like a good average from all rap beefs that happen, and there's been a lot.
Yeah.
Right? But the standout ones that everyone knows, these parameters still work for those.
Yeah. The parameters are great. So now let's categorize, or let's, I guess, score.
Yeah.
The songs.
Yeah.
So right after.
You want to go like that? Or do you want to go?
No, let's go with the individual jabs.
Okay, so you want to go
it's
push-ups.
just gonna be Kendrick and Drake at this point.
So you want push-ups, tailor-made, then Euphoria.
Yeah.
616.
Let's go one by one by release date.
Okay. So looking at
Can I
push-ups.
see that again?
Yeah.
Because you wrote it down.
Yeah.
Okay. So looking at push-ups.
Yeah. And if you scroll up, the songs are there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So rapping capabilities.
Mhm.
Wait. What is this? Like a scale from 1 to 10, or are we just saying like if it's
No scaling, just like
if they
either
got-
or.
yes or no? Like if it got
Yes
it or
or no,
not?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Rapping capabilities.
Easily Kendrick. I ain't gonna lie to you. The Drake doesn't take that. That's enough.
No, I thought we were categorizing it like each. We're dissecting each song whether it has rapping capabilities.
Yeah. So like, I say no
I say no
for push-ups.
yeah. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
The disrespect. I say no.
I'm not gonna lie. When Drake said, "Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga."
No. No. That's not disrespect. That's wittiness.
That's what
That's not disrespect.
But here's the thing though. Here's the thing. It's not, but
To a certain degree, what? He's a producer. What else are you gonna do?
in today's rap society, you gotta remember everything's been watered down. So a bar like that would be disrespect.
So like, there was this one video that I saw. It's like a parody video.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh, the dude. I think I know.
He's like, Metro, did you hear this? He just dissed you. He's like, put me on right now, put me on. So he puts on the thing and he gets like his little. I was like, he's like, Metro, no, he's telling you exactly what you're doing. And he just kept going making drums. I'm like, no. But okay, so going back, I don't. Okay, fine. I'll give the disrespect.
Yeah,
it was a little disrespect.
It's disrespect
But, like,
and wittiness.
yeah. So disrespect, yes. Wittiness, yes. Apply pressure.
No.
And to who?
No.
To who?
Too many targets. He should have focused on one target.
So, which brings us to shock value.
Shock value in the sense that he responded, but that's it. There was, aside from the Metro bar, that's
Beats?
literally it.
Beats?
Beats,
Weak.
the beat was weak as, compared to Euphoria, weak as hell.
What boundaries were crossed?
None.
None.
Yeah.
None. Okay, so what? So we got 0 out of 7 on that.
No, give it 2.
Oh, sorry, 2.
Two.
Disrespect and wittiness.
2 out of 7.
Just because of the Metro.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So what's the next song?
The Tailor Made track.
Okay, I personally did not listen to that Tailor Made track.
I can tell you right now.
So give me a quick.
First of all, before I even continue, it's AI.
I don't.
It's an AI track.
Wait, so you're telling me Drake released
an AI track and just rapped a couple bars over it?
I feel like you can't count that.
The reason why you technically can't count it because he took it down because a cease and desist was sent to him to take it down.
Yeah, because it was
from the Tupac family.
Plus Tupac.
Right? So
how are you gonna add Tupac to your thing? You're not even West Coast. And Snoop Dogg.
That's a great question. And I wanna address this. When people say Snoop Dogg co-signed Tailor Made, I want you guys to understand this. And this was even before Snoop Dogg put his track out from yesterday where he sent the jab at Drake. Okay? You guys really thought someone on the west side of the United States of America sided with Drake. You guys are sick. Because in the video, people thought, he was laughing because it was a funny track. No, he was laughing because, bro, you don't know what you're doing. And he showed his death row patch on his jacket, which is kind of like a sign. It's like you about to be put in death row.
I agree. I think he's there right now.
So after it was a short people thought it was he went on live and he just responded real quick. No, that was a recording.
Okay, so we're not counting that. I personally don't count it.
That's completely fair. Me personally don't count it at all because it's an AI track. And if Drake fans are really smart, if he runs and gets Snoop and Tupac to kind of taunt Kendrick, that's not a good look on Drake's side.
Well, plus,
because he has to go and run to two people.
Well, one of them doesn't exist anymore.
Yes, but you have to go run to two different people to help you.
Yeah. So
this is a rap beef where it's you.
Immediately 0 across the board.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I feel like you should get negative points there. Anyways,
Euphoria is a 7 out of 7. Let's get that clear. You can add the Rick Ross beef in there if you want.
Nah, fuck it.
Say less.
Don't care. Is there anything in Euphoria? I want to ask. Is there anything in Euphoria that we should touch on? Because it's
there's a lot.
There's a lot on Euphoria.
There's a lot from Euphoria. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I honestly I don't remember too much.
I don't even know where to begin.
I kind of want to pull up the lyrics.
Pull up the lyrics. Go on Genius and pull up the lyrics.
I'm not going on Genius. Just go on Spotify.
Okay. Genius is right there. You know what I'm saying?
Spotify. My Spotify right there too.
Okay, fine. I went on Genius though.
Oh, by the way, this.
Yeah.
You know the thing about it,
because that was Richard Pryor and what's it called? The Oz.
Oh shit, it's not there. Yeah, it's what is
everything I'm saying is true.
Yeah, and he
put it backwards. Just crazy. They were surgical with this one, my guy. And the best part about Euphoria, not only that it's a single that charted and has numbers higher than Drake, which speaks to you numbers fans, what you need to understand is that...
It's long.
Shut up.
Sorry, go ahead.
What you need to understand... I lost my train of thought, bitch. Okay, what you guys need to understand is... Yes, this is a single. I'm really trying to remember what I was going to say. I promise you it was good. I'll get back to it anyway. I don't remember.
I don't even know.
The first minute of the song is probably one of the greatest build-ups I've ever heard in a while.
Yeah. I love this part. Fabricating stories on the family front because you heard Mr. Morale, a pathetic massive manipulator. I can smell the taste on you now.
But here's what I don't understand.
You're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist.
Here's what I don't understand. When people hear these things, on the Drake side, mind you, when people hear these things on the Drake side, how do you not hear the bars? They're set out for you. They're clear to understand. You can feel the hurt.
What are you talking about?
Drake fans.
Yeah.
That listen to Euphoria.
Because this is the problem with Drake fans. They're they just... Whatever is going against Drake, they just block it out. So to them,
I don't understand why.
Because it's like little kids, la 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 la. I don't hear you.
But I don't understand. This is why I don't want to post those other podcast episodes I had because it's arguments, right? I don't want to post an argument. I want to post a conversation. because I need everyone to understand why Kendrick won this. Okay, and I don't want to just put it from our perspective. We're trying to lay it out for you guys, right? So, I generally don't understand why Drake fans just like they're dead set. Like
we would need a Drake fan here to understand why you.
Absolutely fair, but like I've already heard.
All you heard was arguments.
I know that's the problem.
There's no proper rebuttal.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you don't have because I've heard rebuttals. Were they decent? A lot of them weren't because they try to argue things outside the beef. Like it matters. We're talking about the beef.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Like, how many number ones does this person have or this person have? That doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. It's they take it outside. It's like, oh, how many cars is this?
Like, why are you grabbing straws?
Yeah, I know.
Just see it for what it is. Like,
yeah. They're reaching outside of the parameters already.
These bars are so digestible in Euphoria, and I know for a fact the bars that they understood. I think for 90% of the bars they understood, those are like triple entendres, and they can't see it.
They probably just heard the first entendre.
I don't even think they understand what an entendre is.
No, most people don't.
Which scares me because honestly, that should be a part of like the English course in fucking like school.
Yeah. Well, technically it is
in poetry, but I want them
English.
Yeah, but like I want them to. Like,
that's why we were taught like what's the meaning behind like when the character says it's raining outside and it's dark and cloudy.
But it kind of shows like the comprehension skills because no one's picking up on these things and it's not hard to understand.
That's why I think Kendrick up here.
Yeah, I know. That's why he's
that's why people don't think he's number one because you can't understand something you don't understand.
But that's my problem. Everything that he laid out in his beef are easily understandable.
For the most part, yes.
And they still hit.
For the most part, yes.
And they don't realize everything that they understood is probably a double, triple, or quadruple entendre.
Again, you can't understand what you don't understand. Anyways.
I'm just trying my hardest to understand. I can't see it.
Anyways, I think the most important line of Euphoria is at the end of the first verse, which is, "Don't tell a lie about me and I won't tell truths about you." He literally said, "Don't go there."
He warned you.
He said, "Don't go there." Right?
Bro, I think he warned him about 3 different times in this song. Like,
and then the beat goes hard.
Bro, that beat? Okay, that's why I added beat selection to the parameters. Because, here's my point. I remember it now. The reason why Push-Ups and Family Matters, The Heart Part 6, you can throw Tailor Made in there. The reason why all those songs do not do well in the rap beef is because all the beats are familiar.
Yeah, because it was made by Metro.
Maybe BBL Jersey. But you see my point? You see my point, bro?
Yeah.
All the beats are familiar. Now, you can argue not like us, but the reason why that beat works is because that beat has not been heard in such a long time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you bring something back from the past like that, mind you, I think every beat on this rap beef was sampled, which like samples you don't really have to worry about too much.
Yeah.
It's something that Drake fans want to add in there, but like the samples don't matter because you're still making a new song, right? So like you can go and say like what I said before with the whole samples can be like detrimental. For rap beef, it's different because you're focused in the moment. Samples, I'm thinking long term. This is short term. Okay? So all the beats are familiar. Kendrick was strategic. He pulled old tracks from Al Green. He pulled old tracks from there was one more person from back in the day that he pulled a song from.
It was a female artist, right?
It was a male artist.
Is it male?
It was a male artist that he pulled a song from, but I've seen numbers where like the 2 songs that he pulled from, those original songs got a boost in numbers, which shows. That's the whole point to the culture of rap. You pay homage to the past. You pay your respects to the oldies that were out there. This is what a lot of like artists back in the day did in the 90s. They pull from old tracks. Say that.
Again, Kendrick.
Right.
Drake.
And the Drake beats that he used, they're all familiar from like 2 years ago.
Yep.
That's why those beats work.
It was weak.
For the Drake fans.
It was weak.
Yes.
It was weak.
Yes.
Okay, so let's continue. I don't know what else on Euphoria you want me to pull up.
Bro, literally every bar you can
like,
pull up, bro.
I mean,
but it's gonna take a while.
He does touch like the 3 goats. Like it's 3 goats left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that. Oh my god!
When he explained it,
I love that.
Oh
and in
God.
exactly 8 bars he explains that phrase.
And at the end
He's
of the
like,
8th bar, I'm YNW
I
Melly.
pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly.
Yo.
Oh my goodness! I love that. Actually, I like the one before that. It's straight to the point. It's like, Cole and Aubrey know I'm selfish. The crown is heavy. I love that.
Drake, Kendrick, what are we doing? What are we doing here? We're wasting our time.
Like, when I was talking to my friend about this, he had nothing. He couldn't justify to me how in any God's green earth that Drake won this beef.
But that's a reasonable mindset.
What? How?
No. For him to understand that Drake has nothing, that's a reasonable mindset.
He couldn't tell me why Drake won. First of all,
really?
he didn't win.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, he couldn't tell you why Drake won, so he thought Drake won.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said he thought Kendrick won. Okay.
So he's a Drake dick rider. So I was like, fine. Let's just say Drake won.
Yeah.
Please explain.
You can't.
Nothing.
You can't.
Nothing.
Bro, oh my god.
Yeah, what's good, everybody? Thank you for tuning into part 1 of 2 for this week's episode. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the episode. And stay tuned for part 2 next week. All right, take care. Bye.